Hello, and welcome to Accounting Information Systems. My name is Dr. Annette Moultrie. Before we get started, I would like to say that I am not the copyright owner of this PowerPoint presentation. Actually, this PowerPoint presentation is taken from the book entitled Core Concepts of Accounting Information Systems, 13th edition. The authors are Mark Simpkin, Jacob Rose, and Carolyn Norman. The publisher is Wiley and Sons. We will be discussing accounting information systems and the accountant, which is chapter 1. Now, after this presentation of chapter 1, you will be able to better understand the huge impact information technology has on accounting professions and why you need to study accounting information systems. 2, you're going to be familiar with career opportunities that combine both accounting and IT knowledge and skills. 3, you're going to be able to learn how IT influences accounting systems. 4, you'll be able to understand how financial reporting is changing with advances in IT such as XBRL. 5, appreciate how accountants use business intelligence for decision making. 6, be aware of what is new in the area of accounting information systems. And 7, be able to distinguish between such terms as systems, information technology, and accounting information systems. Now, chapter 1 begins with answering the question, why should students study accounting information systems? Now, there are many reasons, but the most important one is because of the special career opportunities that will enable students to combine their study of accounting subjects with their interest in computer systems. We know that in today's job market, accounting employers are expecting to hire new employees to be computer savvy. A large number of specialized and highly compensated employment opportunities are only available to those students who possess an integrated understanding of accounting and information systems and can bring that understanding to bear on complicated business issues. We will also discuss careers in accounting information system, accounting and IT. What are accounting information systems? What's new in accounting information systems, and accounting information systems at work. We will also discuss applying information technology to accounting systems. We will discuss financial accounting, how as it relates to information technology, managerial accounting, auditing, and taxation. Also, in chapter 1, we will discuss the increased career opportunities and what are the specialized employment and how is it that you as a student can combine accounting and advanced computer skills. Certainly a number of traditional accounting jobs are available to those who choose to study accounting as well as accounting information systems. Now, because technology plays a strong role in internal auditing, public accounting, managerial accounting, auditing, and taxation, accounting information system majors enjoy the advantage of understanding both traditional accounting concepts and information systems concept. Now, recognizing the importance to accountants of knowledge about information system, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, they develop a new certification. And with this certification, it will allow accountants to actually apply their business experience, and they will have to take an exam for the Certified Information Technology Professional, the CITP. Now, you know that a consultant is an outside expert that assists organizations and companies in solving problems and also provide them with technical expertise. So systems consultants, they provide help with issues concerning information systems. For example, they assist companies and organizations by designing a new information system. They select computer hardware or they select the software. and possibly re-engineer the business process so that they can be able to operate their business more efficiently. One of the most important assets a consultant brings to a job is an objective view of the client's organization and its processes and goals. Now, accounting information students who are skilled in both accounting and information system, they are particularly competent. Um, they're actually have more of an edge as far as an accountant is concerned. Systems consultants can help a variety of organizations and companies by providing them with their expertise. Now, with their expertise combined with the technical knowledge about the hardware and software, the consultant can be a valuable asset to CPA clients. Now, because it is likely that a newly designed system will include accounting-related information, a consultant who understands accounting is particularly helpful. Consulting careers for students of accounting information system also include jobs as a value-added reseller, VARs. Now, software vendors license VARs to sell a particular software package and provide consulting services to companies such as help with their software installation, their training, and customization. That is, VARs are individuals who take a product and add value to the product for their customers, which might include such services as strategic planning, system design and implementation, technical support, database development, and other similar services. Now, a VAR may set up a small one-person consulting business, or they may work with other VARs and consultants to provide alternative software solutions to their clients. Due to increased concerns about terrorism and corporate fraud, forensic accounting is an important area for accountants to study and develop their skills. An accountant can acquire the CFE, which is the Certified Fraud Examiner certification. They have to meet the qualification, of course, according to the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners. Now, to become a certified fraud examiner, an individual must first meet the following qualifications. First, they must have a bachelor's degree and 2 years of professional experience in a field either directly or indirectly related to the detection or deterrence of fraud. They must be of high moral character and also to agree to abide by the bylaws and code of professional ethics of the ACFE. The salary ranges and possible job locations are varied. Now, most positions will likely be located in large metropolitan areas, but they may also be found in mid-sized cities. If you see the chart here, the average salary for a fraud investigator is $60,805. So a certified fraud examiner is the same as a fraud investigator. Some of the companies that hire certified fraud examiners are JP Morgan and Chase, Capital One, Anthem, Wells Fargo Bank, and SunTrust Banks. But of course, there are many, many more. You will see that Wells Fargo Bank, the average salary for a certified fraud examiner is about $70,000 as compared to JP Morgan and Anthem. So you may be wondering why. Why is that different? Could it possibly be the area? Could it possibly be because what? Information technology auditors, they focus on the risk associated with computerized information systems. These individuals often work closely with financial auditors to assess the risk associated with the automated accounting information system, which is a position in high demand because almost all systems are now computerized. Information system auditors also help financial auditors decide how much time to devote to auditing each segment of a company's business. Now, this assessment may lead to the conclusion that the controls within some portion of a client's information systems are reliable and that less time needs to be spent on them, or the opposite. IT auditors are involved in a number of activities apart from assessing risk for financial audit purposes. Now, many of these auditors work for professional service organizations such as Ernst & Young, PricewaterhouseCoopers, or KPMG. IT auditors might be CPAs, or they might be licensed as Certified Information Systems Auditor, CISA. And with CISA, a certification is given to professional information system auditors by the Information Systems Audit and Control Association. So in order to become a CISA, you must take an examination and obtain specialized work experience. Now, many CISAs have accounting and information system backgrounds. Although formal accounting education is not required for the certification, IT auditors help in documenting and evaluating IT control. Now, sometimes the best way to assess risk associated with a computerized system is to try to penetrate the system, which is referred to penetration testing. Another term that is used is pen testing or ethical hacking. Now, these tests are usually conducted within a system security audit, from which the organization attempts to determine the level of vulnerability of their information system and the impact such weaknesses might have on the viability of the organization. If any security issues are discovered, the organization will typically work swiftly to correct the problems or at least mitigate the impact they might have on the company. But what if someone else penetrates an organization system? That is commonly called hacking. And it's usually a very serious problem for any company. We will discuss hacking in chapter 3. What you will soon learn from reading this book, the accounting information book, and hopefully through reading professional accounting journals, is that accounting profession is constantly changing. To be successful as an accounting professional, you will need to stay abreast of these changes, or better yet, get out in front of the expected trends in the profession. Now, one of those trends that we want to alert you to is rapidly growing opportunities in the field of predictive analytics. Now, predictive analytics is the result of tremendous amount of data that is now available within organizations, such as data warehouses, which offer opportunities for data mining. You might be surprised to learn that a number of accounting jobs already require this type of skill set. For example, jobs such as client service analyst, quantitative analyst, risk analyst, and FP&A analyst. And they're responsible for preparing the annual plan and long range or 5-year plan for a company. And they usually report to the CFO. The data modeling is when a company or organization wants to create a database, they will hire a database consultant. And that consultant will help design a database. Now, the process in which the consultant gathers information from the manager and end users is called data modeling. Data mining is the process of using a set of data analysis and statistical tools to detect relationships, patterns, or trends among the stored data. Data warehouses is actually the storehouse. It's the storehouses of a pool of data from separate applications into one large common body of information. For example, you see here with, believe this is Amazon, where they collect, they store, they analyze, and it's actually pulled into a large body of information. Information technology is pervasive, and it impacts every area of accounting. We have instantaneous access to the internet via mobile communications devices such as cell phones, smartphones, iPads, and so on, which enable activities to take place anytime, anywhere. For example, managerial accountants can complete important work tasks while traveling in the field. Auditors can communicate with each other from remote job sites. One another, staff accountants can text messages to one another, and of course, tax experts can download current information on tax changes. I remember there was a time that I traveled abroad, and I was concerned about how I could keep in touch with my students. With the use of technology, I did not skip a beat, so to speak. I was able to reach out to students and had no problem whatsoever. The major objective of financial accounting information system is to provide relevant information to individuals and groups outside an organization's boundaries. For example, investors, federal and state agencies, and creditors. Accountants achieve these information objectives by preparing such financial statements as income statement, balance sheets, and cash flow statements. The non-financial data really is basically the inputs and the outputs of the traditional financial accounting system. We know with the accounting financial system, the information is expressed in monetary terms or monetary units. So this can be a problem if the accounting information system ignores non-monetary information that is also important to users. For example, an investor might like to know what the prospects are for the future sale of a company. But many financial accounting information systems do not record such information as unfulfilled customer sales because such sales are not recognizable financial events, even though they are important ones. Now, this is the basic premise behind the REA accounting. The idea of also storing important non-financial information such as resources, events, and agents in databases, precisely because they are relevant to the decision-making process of their users. Another impact of IT on financial accounting is the timing of inputs, processing, and outputs. Financial statements are periodic, and most large companies traditionally issue them quarterly, with a comprehensive report produced annually. With advances in IT that allows transactions to be captured immediately, accountants and even the AIS itself can produce financial statements almost in real time. Of course, some of the adjustments that accountants must take to or make to the records are not done minute by minute. but a business can certainly track sales and many of its expenses continuously. Now, this is especially useful to retailing executives, many of whom now use dashboards. A problem that accountants, investors, auditors, and other financial managers have often faced is that data is used in one application are not easily transferable to another. This means that accountants may spend hours preparing spreadsheets and reports that require them to enter the same data in different formats over and over. Interactive data are data that can be reused and carried seamlessly among a variety of applications or reports. Interactive data require language for standardization that tags the data as its most basic level. As an example, for total assets, this would be at the detail level of each asset. Extensible Business Reporting Language, XBRL. What exactly is it? It is the language of choice for this purpose. In 2010, the SEC required public companies to file their financial reports in XBRL format. In addition, many companies, software programs, and industries are beginning to incorporate XBRL for creating, transforming, and communicating financial information. So what are the objectives of financial accounting? Financial accounting provides two objectives, one external and the other is internal. So with the external, financial accounting provides relevant information to investors, creditors, to tax agencies, and also they provide financial statements. The internal objective is that financial accounting provides relevant information to those within the organization. They provide planning, decision-making, and control activities. Also, this information is given to division managers, supervisors, product managers. The principal objective of managerial accounting is to provide relevant information to organizational managers, that is, users who are internal to a company or a government agency. There are two components of managerial accounting. One is cost accounting, and the other is budgeting. Due to globalization, decentralization, deregulation, and other factors, companies continue to face off with stiff competition. The result is that companies must be efficient and be more adept at controlling costs. The cost accounting part of managerial accounting specifically assists management in measuring and controlling the costs associated with an organization's various acquisition, processing, distribution, and selling activities. Take healthcare, for example. Although much controversy surrounded the healthcare legislation that was signed into law in 2010, there is one fact that most currently agree upon. That is, the healthcare industry is a very large portion of the US economy, and that is growing rapidly as the baby boomer generation reaches retirement age. Now, these facts, coupled with increased regulatory demands on healthcare providers and hospitals, suggest the need for sophisticated accounting systems to maintain critical data, as well as the need for up-to-date reports for decision-making. One example of an accounting information system in the area of cost accounting is activity-based costing, or ABC system. Traditionally, cost accountants assign overhead, for example, indirect production costs. They assign overhead on the basis of direct labor hours because the number of labor hours was usually directly related to the volume of production. The problem with this traditional system is that over time, increased reliance on automation has caused manufacturers to use less and less direct labor. So managers became frustrated using this one method of assigning overhead costs when a clear relationship between labor and these overhead expenses no longer seemed to exist. Instead, managers in a variety of manufacturing and service industry now identify specific activities involved in a manufacturing or service task and then assign overhead costs based on the resources directly consumed by each activity. Although activity-based costing techniques have been available for several decades, they are more common now that computerized systems can track costs. These systems can move an organization in a new strategic direction, allowing corporate executives to examine fundamental business processes and enabling them to re-engineer the way they do business. Activity-based costing systems can also play an essential activity-based costing systems can also play an essential strategic role in building and maintaining a successful e-commerce business because they can answer questions about production costs and help managers allocate resources more effectively. Another example of accounting information system used in the area of cost accounting is corporate performance measurement. In a responsibility accounting system, for example, managers trace unfavorable performance to the department or individuals that cause the inefficiencies. Under a responsibility accounting system, each subsystem within an organization is only accountable for those items over which it has control. So when a particular cost expenditure exceeds its standard cost, managers can take immediate corrective action. In addition to the traditional financial measures, cost accountants also collect a variety of non-financial performance measures to evaluate such things as customer satisfaction, product quality, business innovation, and branding effectiveness. The balanced scorecard, it measures business performances in 4 categories. One is financial performance, 2, customer knowledge, 3, internal business processes, and learning and growth. Now, a company may choose to rank these categories to align with their strategic values. For example, a company may stress customer knowledge because customer satisfaction is important to its market position and planned sales growth. Let's talk about budgeting. What exactly is budgeting? A budget is a financial projection for the future, and it is a valuable managerial planning aid. Companies develop both short and long-range budget projections. Short-range budget projections disclose detailed financial plans for a 12-month period, whereas long-range budgets are less detailed financial projections for 5 or more years into the future. Now, management accountants are normally responsible for an organization's budget. A good budgetary system is also a useful managerial control mechanism. Because managers use budgets to predict future financial expectations, they can compare the causes of significant variations between actual and budgeted results during any budget period. Next, we'll discuss auditing. The traditional role of auditing has been to evaluate the accuracy and completeness of a corporation's financial statements. In recent years, however, the individual working in a CPA firm would probably argue that they are actually in the assurance business. That is, the business of providing third-party testimony that a client complies with a given statute, law, or similar requirement. Today, there are several additional areas in which auditors can perform assurance work, many involving accounting information systems. One example is to vouch for a client's compliance with HIPAA law. That's the privacy requirements of the Health Information Portability and Accountability Act. In addition to the auditing and assurance businesses mentioned, many CPA firms also perform management consulting tasks. For example, helping clients acquire, install, and use new information systems. We'll discuss taxation. Now, although some individuals still complete their income tax returns manually, many now use computer programs such as TurboTax. There are others out there. There are other softwares. H&R Block has a software. There's one that's called Tax Slayer, and there's also one out there that's called Tax App. Now, did you know that these tax preparation software is an example of an accounting information system? Yes, it is. Why? It's because it enables the users to create and store copies of trial tax returns, examine the consequences of alternative tax strategies, print specific portions of a return, and also the users have the ability to electronically transmit completed forms to state and federal agencies. So information technology also helps tax professionals research challenging tax questions. For example, by providing access to electronic tax libraries online and other more up-to-date tax information than traditional paper-based libraries. Now, tax professionals typically subscribe to online tax services by paying a fee, of course, for the right to access databases of tax information. Online services can provide tax researchers with databases of federal and state tax laws, tax court rulings, court decisions, and technical advice. At this time, we will actually have two questions? And I know most of you are familiar with the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002. So what exactly was it? Was it A, enables U.S. officers to wiretap corporate phones if required? B, has led to a decrease in the amount of work done by auditors and accountants? C, forbids corporations from making personal loans to executives? Or D, requires the CEO of a public company to take responsibility for the reliability of its financial systems? Which one is it? A, B, C, or D? And the answer is C. It forbids corporations from making personal loans to executives. Study break 2. What is a dashboard? A dashboard is A, computer screen used by data entry clerks for input tasks. B, a physical device dedicated to AIS processing tasks. C, a summary screen typically used by managers. Or D, a type of blackboard used by managers to present useful information to others. So which one is it? A, B, C, or D? And the answer is C. A dashboard is a summary screen typically used by managers. In our next section, we will discuss what are accounting information systems. But we'll take a break. We will continue with the other part of Chapter 1, what are accounting information systems, and another presentation. Please look out for Chapter 1 continuation. And again, I want to say that I do not own the copyright to this PowerPoint presentation. This is the presentation from John Wiley & Sons.